Hello my precious little dragons, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be going through my new bookshelf organization. So I have never had more than one room to decorate or display my books. So moving into my own apartment has been interesting because I have had to kind of figure out what the heck I'm doing. So I just wanted to kind of show you guys what my organization system looks like. It's not quite a true like flat tour because I'm still waiting for some stuff to come in. I ordered a couple more prints because again, I've never had more than one room to decorate, so a lot of my paintings, a lot of my art is smaller, and so I have like all these big empty walls to fill. So some of that's just gonna come with time because I don't have like endless amounts of money, but I wanted to wait until I at least got artwork up before I did anything like that. But my books are all pretty much in place. So I'm just going to show you guys what everything looks like. Come on. All right, so this is my fireplace. It's a bit of a mess right now because I have all of my decor basically right here. On the bottom, it will eventually be all over, you know, walls and stuff. But for right now, it's just gathered here until I have everything and then I can organize it. But I do have some of my books placed over the fireplace. So over here, I have all of my J.R.R. Tolkien books. They didn't quite fit on my fiction shelf, and because I had enough of them, I figured it would just do well in this little corner. I haven't quite decided. I like having this guy kind of partway between, so I don't really have an actual bookend, but whatever. And then over here, I just have some of my like pretty books that are like classics and such, but they're a little bit older, a little bit more ornate, don't fit on normal size shelves. Except for these guys. These are my little ones. I like them. They make me happy. Also, shout out to my friend Zainab who gave me this cute little watercolor and ink piece. Love it so much. It sits right there. All right. Over here we have our fiction books. So as of right now, I only have like one bookshelf in my actual living room. So, which is, you know, fireplace over here, bookshelf here. So this is all of my fiction books. Now, this is the shelf that was literally overflowing and I had to do some distinct finagling to make everything fit and move some pieces into different sections, create new sections, all that stuff. So for the most part, this is just, it's all fiction. I have most of my series here. There's a few exceptions, which we'll get to in a minute, but that's the gist of it. You're probably like, why the heck are we staring at my TV? TV has nothing to do with books. Well, one of the edits I made so everything would fit on my fiction shelf is that I have books that come from movies. So if they're books based off of movies, not the other way around, they go here on this top part. So normally I have my Loki book also here, which I mean, technically that's based off comics, but you know what? It works. Also, this is not my entire DVD collection. Most of them are in here. Just so you know, I have a sense of movies. That's not a word, whatever. Also, record player. All right, here is my bedroom bookshelf. So I have like this entire back wall is basically a closet. So I have one bookshelf that fits perfectly between it and my little friend Captain America up on top. I may eventually fill this with more decor, but I just haven't decided yet. Anyway, so this top shelf is all of my children's books for the most part. And so most of them are a lot smaller. And they just, you know, they're children's books. So they're colorful and bright and most of them are happy. So rainbow order. Well, not quite rainbow order, but color coded. So down here on this next shelf, that's actually my first aid kit. It's my mom's old Barbie case she had from when she was a kid that she gave to me, and now it holds medical supplies because I don't play with Barbies anymore, so it needed a job to do. Then I have my oversized books here that just don't fit standing straight up or they stick out way too far. So they go here. Also my Kindle because I didn't have a better spot for it. Over here is all of my sheet music or musical books. So you can see Hamilton's out there Loud and Proud, but I also have like Fiddler and Les Mis and Wicked and Phantom, and of course just some, you know, like normal piano books. All right, next shelf. So this one holds all of my plays and play related things. So this holds 2 of the 3 of my first folios. This one I'm particularly fond of because my grandma and sister gave it to me, and it's, I believe, from 1945, so it's quite an old copy. So I don't usually read from that one too much just because it's kind of fragile, so I read from my other 2 if I must. All journals and sketchbooks are over on this right hand side. I have Harry Potter down here. A couple of them are in another place at the moment, but they'll on that side. And then I have like mythology stuff over here. Okay, this one's just kind of funny. I have 2 literary cocktail and snack books. So Shakespeare Not Stirred and Tequila Mockingbird. And they just get tucked right in here next to my microwave. Okay, my office is a bit of a work in progress. So this is a little bit of a hodgepodge. So the actual bookshelf, let's analyze real quick. This top bit up here is where I have my current TBR. As you can see, I need to finish my last 2 Harry Potter books for my series of book looks. I have to finish my Agatha Christie. I have to finish a lot of things. But anyway, so that's where I'm gonna keep my current TBR, just kind of, not really in order, just the books I want to read next. Over here, so this is my little dragon. I called her Saf, but that was before I got my, like, Saphira, but that was before I got my car and I named her Saphira. So I don't know if she's also Saphira. Maybe this is like this is the house manifestation of my car. No, that's weird. That's weird. Either way, she's a good little book dragon. Oh, also, she holds things. She's not holding anything at the moment, but she does hold things. This is the Besame Sleeping Beauty eyeshadow palette, which I don't have a spot for in my room at the moment, so it's there. And then this is Writer's Tears, which is a type of Irish whiskey, and it is also currently just sitting there and holds 3 little mini bottles of whiskey. All right, next shelf over here is like more reference stuff. So I have my ASL dictionary, drawing book, Guide to Hawaii, which I just got from somebody. On the right hand side, I have history books. I have them ordered just according to size because there's not that many of them, and some of them were too tall for the actual bookshelf, so I had to put them horizontally. Down here on the left hand side, I have more memoirs or just stories about specific people, stuff like that. So it kind of intersects with the history books. So some of them were a little bit like, well, it doesn't fit here, so I'll put it here. And it kind of could go either way, but you know, it works. Organized the same way by size. Over here, we have science, largely psychology, but I do have some other stuff that's scientific. If you're wondering what the Doctor Who one is doing there, it's Doctor Who psychology, so it counts, it makes sense. Down here I have all of my religious / spiritual books on the left hand side. I also have my Cross of St. Bridget there because that made sense. So that's all that. A lot of them are devotionals, but there's also just some, you know, other books in there as well. And then over here, it's just kind of random. I didn't have really a spot to put some of those things, and because they're also kind of referencey stuff, and then also Doctor Who, so I wasn't sure what to do with them. Oh, you know, Whoology, technically that should probably, you should probably go next to my TV, shouldn't you? You probably should. Yeah. Except it's not fiction. Those were fiction books. Whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Book organization is somewhat subjective. Okay. So up here, these are my floating shelves. So I'm going to have artwork up here, which I already have the artwork, I just don't have the frames for it yet. So it'll kind of help balance this and not make it look so weird. Up top, we have my mystery books. And I also have a little votive candle I got from a memorial I went to for George Floyd, and I painted it, and I wasn't quite sure where to put it, so it's just there for now. This is just favorites. So these are all books that I really, really, really love, and they are there. And these are in alphabetical by author's last name, as with a lot of my other stuff, like my fiction book is all organized like that. That is my Masquerade mask. that I've worn to a couple like balls and stuff. So again, did not know where to put it, so it is there for now. Here is my, I would say this is kind of my classics shelf, mostly my classics shelf, but I have classics also spread through other places, so it's just kind of like a little bit of a hodgepodge classic. And my last little dragon figurine is there, my buddy. That one is organized in rainbow style, except there's not a lot of bright color, so it's kind of a muted rainbow, but you know. All right, my desk is a mess, so we're not gonna look at the bottom of the desk too much. This is mostly school stuff. So I have screenwriting and reference materials over here, so like my DSM-5, APA publishing manual, all that fun stuff. Textbooks in shelf 2 for current semester. And TA materials for the classes I'm helping teach in shelf 3. Up here is just oversized books, so they just didn't really have a spot. So I have a feeling this will get much more full as the years go on. I may probably move my textbooks that aren't from the current semester up here as I get further into the program, but we shall see, we shall see. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the vast majority of my bookshelf organization. So as you can tell, it is still a work in progress. At some point, my apartment will be mostly complete, and I will probably do a let's tour my apartment video, because I mean, I have a feeling I'm going to be pretty proud of it. And it's, you know, living on my own is definitely an adjustment, but I think it's a good adjustment. So I think it's just harder because, you know, we're still in the middle of La Corona, and so I can't really see people or have a lot of social interaction, and as an extrovert, that's a lot harder. But I have a feeling that once we hopefully transition out of this phase, that it will get a little bit easier. And in the meantime, I have books to keep me company. So, you know, until I can get a dog, which I'm working on. And I already have a plan for the theoretical video that I'm going to do when I get my dog. I have a plan for how I'm going to introduce them to the internet. I'm so excited. So hopefully that'll happen before the end of the semester, but we shall see, we shall see. In the meantime, again, still working on my filming setup. You already kind of saw part of it because it is going to be in my office, so it's going to include kind of those floating shelves and the art and everything, but again, still working on it because I'm waiting for frames and such to come in. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So I know this wasn't a long video, but I just thought it might be interesting to see how I decided to organize my books now that I have more than one room to fit my collection into. So it was a bit of a journey trying to figure it all out. I know I didn't like document that process, but honestly, this is probably better. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you want to see more bookish and beauty content, feel free to subscribe to my channel. If you like and comment on this video, that would be awesome. And I hope you have an absolutely beautiful day. Stay magic, keep reading. I love you all so much. Goodbye.